Hello everybody, welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and as promised I'm going to show this thing finished. I've already started on this, and my idea is to take green paint, a paintbrush, and I'm going to paint all them lines that burnt on this. And you can use any color you want. You could use purple, you could use red, you could use white, you could use any color you want, blue. Make it your own. And what had got me thinking about this was when I went to use rubbing compound to polish it after I had polyurethaned it and flat sanded it. Some of the white compound got down inside of it and the rubbing compound and made white lines in it like that. So I decided I don't want them to be white, I want them to be green. So that's what I've started doing, is taking, and it dries flat, and that's what you want. You don't want no shiny stuff. And I'm just going to paint all them lines. So on top of that, I made on the 3D printer a grip plate that is the same as that right there. So I could have made that out of chrome or aluminum, I could have made it out of steel, but you want to make it as light as possible. And it says Bison Custom Stocks. So and then I found some matching screws, so that worked. And I'll put the camera over here and we'll get started on painting all this. So now what I've got here is a big puddle of green paint, and I'm just going to go through, and I'm using a magnifying glass to light this up. I hope it don't blind you guys, but I got to be able to see. So we're just going to dip our brush in here, and we're just going to start painting. there you have the green painted. Now once that green has dried, and that's why I wasn't worried about going across the rag here when it wasn't dry yet, because it doesn't really matter, it's coming off anyway. So that just helps me. So now once it dries, then we got to figure out how to get it off of there and keep the polish, because we don't really want to put any compound in it, because then we'll just take the green and turn it white. So we got to figure out how to get it off of there. Now the ideal thing would have been to, I could probably take some of it off right now and it'd work fine. So let's try to find us a dry spot here. Alright, so that ain't going to work. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take a real fine 1200 sandpaper and flat sand this whole thing. And once we've flat sanded it, then we can polyurethane it one more time. Now we hope that the polyurethane won't react to this stuff right here. This is a acrylic paint, so I don't know if it'll work or not. Probably won't. But if it does react, I've had accidents like that happen before too. Look at me putting that thing in more paint. I almost put the wrong color green on it. Did y'all notice that? Now I've got more green on me. But anyway, so we'll just take and flat sand all that, and it'll leave all the green that's in the valleys. Everything that's below the surface will be left. So then we'll polyurethane it. And I think that'll look pretty tough. So once that dries, we'll go out in the shop and, or go in the kitchen, I'm sorry. We'll go in the kitchen and put it over the sink and wet sand it with water and sandpaper. So stay tuned. Alright, so now what we've got here is some 1500 wet dry sandpaper and some warm water. And basically all I'm going to do is just wet sand all that until I'm down to the to the surface with the green, and you'll understand when you see it after it's done, if this works out okay. We don't know if this is going to work out okay. We might mess everything up, I don't know. So we're going to start right here and we're going to start sanding. Alright, so what we're going to do, I really don't want to use wax, but there's really nothing we can do about it. And here is simply because of the difference of material that I'm using. This is a water-based paint. So it really doesn't matter to me if it wears out of there or not. It's just going to give it a better aged look. So I got to thinking, why not go ahead and use this? Yes, it's going to dry powdery or white in places that I can't get to, but there really ain't a whole lot of places that I can't get to. But if I do find a deep spot where I can't get it all out, it's actually going to help the looks of this thing. So you're basically going to be going for camouflage. So you got your brown, your green, and your white mixed into it. So I think it would look cool that way. So we're going to go ahead and use this new car finish, or new finish, once a year polish. The once a year air gun polish. Alright. So you grab you an old towel you don't give a crap about, that's been wore out, and an old rag you don't care about. This is the one I used when I was painting it, so this is a multi-purpose rag. And then we're going to polish it. Well, guys, apparently I wasn't recording. I thought I was recording when we was putting all this back together, but oh well. So this is the completed stock. I made a new grip plate. I tapped it or drilled it for sling studs. I'm doubling the sling stud on the back of this one. I milled all this out to put some of these clear washers underneath of it. And I got 3 clear washers so that it brings this up to the height of the, so we can get our sling on it. And then this one is actually a screw that come out of my Avenger. And then I burn all this in. And then I painted it, then I flat sanded it, and then I polished it. And now we're waiting on my gun to get back. And it's got some beauty waiting on it. So there you have the AEA Challenger stock, built by Bison. Well, rebuilt, or decorated, or however you want to put it. So I'll try to get you a close-up look here. The lighting's not the greatest in here. Let me see if I can get you guys close enough to see that. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. You guys have a good one. Later.